National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. All that and more coming up next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. And a welcome in, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Back to throw, Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chuck. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taking it about the 36. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders are hoping to provide stability for each other starting in 2022. It's the 3rd team in 3 years for Wentz and the 4th starter in 4 years for Washington. The big thing with Wentz has always been staying on the field. And last season in Indianapolis, he played a full 17 games, leading the Colts to a 9-8 record and almost into the playoffs.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the run, want to lean on their running game. This crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit
Sometimes
better.
It's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Goff on 1st down. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Amon-Ra St. Brown set a Lions rookie record with 912 receiving yards, and over 60% of those came in the final 6 games of the season. He got better and better as the campaign rolled on. And when they went to him like he was their top receiver, he produced like it as well. And he certainly earned that spot here in his 2nd year, and he gets a 1st down for Detroit.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Room here to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than their partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's Goff. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been able on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. It's It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. To throw is Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Williams is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll try it now with Swift. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Wentz now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw is Wentz.
A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson, and he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wentz got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. John Bates, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Into the red zone. Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz able to find Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead.
That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Goff. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Forced out to his left. His throw incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield and turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Goff. And this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get it inside the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Wentz now to throw. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more. Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
from the left hash mark. This a 43-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Now Goff. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 31, Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop it for no gain.
Now that's a mound of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal down. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Seibert able to knock this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Wentz now on first down. That's Samuel, caught left side. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
Let's go, y'all. Gotta have it, baby. We got it.
A handoff for Gibson. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So here come the Lions now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On first down, it's gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now gone. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once more, Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense really floated around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here in their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Goff now looks to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, first down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Now Goff on first down. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again is Goff. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first two drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Goff. The open man is Chark. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. There's Goff. Shark's got it left side. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Goff throwing again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Escaping the... And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. A huge win defensively there on the sack, setting him back 12 yards. And now 3rd and goal.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Goff. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Commanders' offense set to take over. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Goff. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. On the move past the 40. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Slide for the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Every day, let's do what we do every day, y'all.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot before break here. Goff. He wants Reynolds way downfield. And a little floater there is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit.
But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Charles Harris getting in there behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. Here's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
From the 40 now on second down. Wentz eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Wentz now on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete to Dotson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here's a give to Gibson.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Wentz going to throw.
He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll run here with Gibson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
John Bates
taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Sly on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. Khalif Raymond now. And he returns this to the 22.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down and 4, Goff. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. To throw is Goff. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had them on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 2. At the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, Swift. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 62 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Now it's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Goff. On the slant, this is Chark. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Goff linking up with Chark for a Lions first down.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Goff now to throw. Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Goff now looks to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. Seibert able to knock this one through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st down, Wentz. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's what, baby? Let's go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
Goff's throw taken in by Chark.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Back to throw. Goff.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Goff on first down. He'll find Reynolds over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Goff throwing again. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Goff. Open man right side is Shark.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Complete to DJ Shark. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Now Goff. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again is Goff. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Gibson again. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's taken on the 25. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they see right through that defensively. as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Goff. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the 50, it's Goff. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
The Lions offense set to take over. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Goff.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 4th down, Goff. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't. Because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it. Because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Now Wentz. That one is slant to McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
To throw is Wentz. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz.
And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Joey slide out to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Goff now looking to throw. Open man right side is St. Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 31, Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Goff now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the 41-yard line.
To the air again, Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Goff. He wants Reynolds way downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Goff now looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
I think we should put a stopwatch on that one. You talk about having all day to throw the football, able to scan the field, find someone open after a long time. Big time credit to the offensive line for protection. That's what we used to call throwing out of the rocking chair.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to roam now. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 76 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners. taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.